Your business is part of a heritage and a culture and a place. Where you are matters to your business. So your business is very different because it's here than it would be if it was located anyplace else. But I also run a cattle ranch. Now that cattle ranch, my cows do not care how Alva is doing. But I care how the community is doing. I need a place to eat, a place to shop, a place to buy clothes. I need to get my hair cut. I want my community to thrive. You want your community to thrive. You want your place to be full of life and energy and be a great place to be. So that is why you have a stake in your community. You have a role to play, and we're going to talk about ways you can use that in your social media, but also in your business entirely, because the more you can connect your business to your community, the better your business will thrive, the better your community will thrive. LL Bean is such a great example of this because for 100 years, they have been based in the wonderful town of Freeport, Maine. They started as one guy in a basement, and they are now a $1.5 billion global business. But in that 100 years, they have stayed in Freeport and they have stayed connected to their local culture. Have you looked at an LL Bean catalog? It is full of pictures of Maine. All the product descriptions, all the wording they used, it's all about Maine. It's all about where they're from. Their products are written from the perspective that you're going to take them and you're going to take your kayak and you're going to go get in a river in Maine and you're going to go kayaking. That, everything, their culture just fills their catalog, their descriptions, their products, and all of their advertising. So as LL Bean has prospered, the community of Freeport has prospered as well. So they have made a big difference to their community and their business. There is nothing more powerful that you can do than to tell an individual story. So start with the people. You have a founding story. Think about LL Bean. LL Bean started because Leon L. Bean started a mail order company in the basement of his brother's retail store selling hunting boots. And the first set of hunting boots that he sold were all defective, and he had to actually warranty. He paid all the money back to everybody that bought the first set of boots that he sold, and he nearly bankrupted himself and had to start completely from scratch with even less money than he had when he started the first time. And the reason that I know that 100-year-old story is because LL Bean tells that story. That's the story of one individual. So the most powerful thing you can do is to tell individual stories. Telling the story, because it goes from being just another event that I go to a connection to my local community when I tell the story. And this gives you a great framework of elements of the story that you want to be sure to involve. You can put it across all of your channels. You can write it in long form on your own site. You can put short snippets of it out on all your channels. But the idea is that you connect with all the pieces of your culture. And if you think about it, every one of you that started a business, how many of you started a business? Did you start a business? You have started a business. You changed history. Because up until you started that business, it did not exist. But now when we tell the history of your place, your community, the group that you're part of, it now includes you. You changed history. That's how important your business and you are to your community. But you don't have to be an outdoor company to connect with the out of doors. You could actually just take your laptop and go to a park on a nice spring day and enjoy the out of doors. You could take a whole group of you could do co-working in the park. You can get creative about getting outside, and you would actually see you guys are all about the co-working in the park now. We're going to new hashtag co-working in the park. Watch for it. It's going to be big. It's going to go national. There's a little wave of wow just went through the audience. We like this story. And keep in mind, you may start with baby steps. You may start with a little tiny step towards it and build towards the ultimate goal. You remember LL Bean didn't start as a $1.5 billion business. It started as one guy in a basement. So make sure that you start it on a scale that you can work with. Because it's about a return to values. It's about a return to values. There has been a great tendency, especially in social media, to be only about the marketing. And only about how can I make some sales, how can I get more people to buy from me. But this is about a return to values, the value of interconnectedness, that all of us are connected and all of us matter. See, in a small town, we presume that everybody's interconnected. I mean, I know that, maybe you are my fellow volunteer on the Arts Festival. And maybe you and the Chamber of Commerce president may have kids the same age. Or, the person that mows your lawn may be related to the person that approves your bank loan. We're used to that in small towns. We presume everyone is connected, and we presume everyone matters. Everyone matters. See, that gets lost in a big city and online sometimes. Because if I'm never going to see you again, then what does it matter if you weren't happy with what I did for you? Because there's always another customer, and another customer, and another customer after that, and it's just a numbers game. But the opposite of the numbers game is the story of interconnectedness, the value that every person that you connect with matters. And that value drives really good business, but it also drives your community. It drives building the prosperity of your place and connecting with what you do and what really matters to your community. So remember that your business matters greatly to the community that it is in. And the more that you can do to connect your business or organization to that community, the more your community will prosper, but the more that your business will prosper. Remember that you are different because you are here. Never lose sight of the importance of your place, your culture, and your heritage, because that is the community that really matters.